Hello, everybody. This is Dee from the Blank Spot coming to you today because I want to show you guys how to remove the ink from EcoTank Printer. Okay, and just a little bit about why I'm doing this. I am a workforce printer type girl, and so really the only reason I got the EcoTank is because I want to make sure that I knew how to work the EcoTank for my clients and all that types of stuff. Well, got the EcoTank, put the sublimation ink in the EcoTank, and wasn't really fond of the colors and getting the colors right, this, that, and the other. So I just kept using my workforce printer. I have a 7210 and I have a 7720. Been using those. The 7720, I've been using it for God over 2 years. Anyway, wanted to try the EcoTank out. Tried it out, didn't really prefer the colors that I wanted. So it's really just been kind of sitting there collecting dust. So decided that I want to use this EcoTank printer for a pigment printer as a regular printer. Okay, this will be good for if you do chip bags and also for your regular prints. Okay. Oh, and if you're just not jumping out, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on here all the time, either me or my husband. We are on here doing all types of tutorials, tips and tricks. Okay, so be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. Okay, so back to why I'm taking the ink out of here is because, like I said, I'm not using it for sublimation. I would be best using it as a regular printer. Okay, so when I first thought about doing this, I was like, wow, what am I gonna do? I hear stories about, they tell you to turn it upside down, and I'm like, turn it upside down? Ink is gonna get everywhere. So I did. I continued to do my research, and then I found that there is a better way to take the ink out of this printer. Okay, so guys, this thing was full of ink. I'm telling you, all the colors was full. So I've already taken out the yellow, the magenta, and the cyan, and now I am taking out the black. Okay, so before you get started doing this, you have to take off all the parts that are inside of the printer. Okay, so you have to know where your screws and everything are to take off the parts, because what you have to do is you have to reveal the cartridges. And yes, eco tanks, they do have cartridges, we just can't see them. So you have to reveal the cartridges, which are right here. Okay, so as you can see, I've already taken everything apart, but I wanted to come on here to show you guys that yes, it is possible to take the ink out of this printer. All right, so you have to, like I said, you have to reveal the ink cartridges, because normally we just see this part right here. So you have to take all the hardware off. Okay, and it's just a couple of screws. This is actually a 3760, so it's only a couple of screws that I have here, and it wasn't really hard to do. So once you take that part off, you will reveal the ink cartridges that are in here. Okay, and so with the ink cartridges, basically there's two different ways that you can do this. Okay, you can take the ink out from this part right here, which is the bottom, or you can take this little tube part out and you can get the ink out from this tube here. Okay, so the way that I decided to go ahead and take the ink out is from the bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to give me an alcohol wipe so that I can make sure that if I have a mess, that I will be ready to clean that mess up. All right, I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can see. Okay, all right, so I already have my Blank Spot Sublimation ink. Okay, the bottle, and I have a syringe. You can see the type of syringe that I have. Okay, this type right here would be better as far as getting the ink out. Okay, and then what the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my syringe and I'm going to take, this is the bottom part. this is the way that I'm going to get the ink out. Like I said, you can also remove the tube here and just get it from the tube. But I'm just going to do it this way. It just, to me, this was just quicker for me. But you can do it either way. Okay. And not sure if you can see here, but the black ink is about right here. Everything else I've already drained. But the black ink right now is about right here. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to push my syringe down in there. And then I'm just going to start pulling. May have to pull a little while because it's a little dry. And once I start pulling, I had to kind of activate the ink because the cartridge was actually dry because I hadn't been using it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that little bit in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and try it again. And then now it should pull right out. See? The ink is coming right out. Okay. And I'm going to do this until my cartridge is empty or my line is empty. Okay. I'm just trying to get that ink back down into my bottle, and it's giving me some bubbles, but that's okay. It's always good to have you some gloves on as well when you're doing this. Okay, because you're going to have a mess. Shouldn't be too much of a mess, but you will have some mess. Okay, so I'm just going to do it one more time. It's probably going to take a couple more times because the black is actually a lot in there for the black. So as you can see, it comes right on out. It's got some bubbles in there. That's why too much didn't come out that time. Okay. I'm gonna just keep going. There we go. So it's pretty simple. We're about halfway done. We're just going to continue this process until we get all of the ink out. I'm excited about using this EcoTank now as a regular printer, not a sublimation printer. Just my preference. Like I said, I did some testing on the EcoTank versus the Workforce, and I just prefer the Workforce printer. When it comes to the colors, you don't have to do very much as far as adjusting the colors. But if you can get your colors to adjust correctly for the EcoTank, then hey, go for it. And it's coming out pretty smoothly. Yeah, when I saw that one person that said, hey, just turn the printer upside down, I'm like, what a mess that is going to be. So I kept doing my research and found that this would be a better way to take the ink out. And I'm just continuing on with the process. And it's really, really simple. Like I said, it's just filling right up and emptying the tank. Got some bubbles there. Hope you guys are getting some value out of this video. Like I stated, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are always coming on here giving some tips and tricks about printers, about business, all the time. So make sure you subscribe. And we are almost empty. Okay. I'll have to do this a couple more times. But you'll know that when it's empty because you'll start getting a lot of air in there. Okay. When you get a lot of air, that means that it's pretty much empty. Now you will still have a little bit of cross contamination because you're not going to be able to get all of the ink out. Okay. But you want to get it as much as possible. Okay. Out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a print purge, and then that print purge should get the rest of the ink out. That's just what I'm going to do. Okay. I probably got about two more times. So, guys, it's really, really simple. I'm not going to keep you guys on here for the duration. Just want to show you that it is simple to take the ink out of an EcoTank printer. You just have to get you some tools to take off the different pieces so that you can get down in here to see your cartridges. Okay. A lot of people think that that EcoTanks don't have cartridges, but yes, they do, as you can see right here. Okay. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I only have a little bit of black left. Everything else is empty. Okay. And like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys on here. I just wanted to come through and let you guys see that you can take the ink out of a EcoTank printer. Okay. Guys, be sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you follow us on all of our social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and make sure that you put your notifications on because guess what? We will be back for more tutorials, okay? This is Dee. We are located from the blank spot. We are located at 9330 Two Notch Road, Suite C, Columbia, South Carolina. All right, and we'll talk to you guys later.